Hello, my name is Cole Dumas, and I am currently a electrical engineering student at John A. Logan College, and I plan to transfer to SIU in the fall. So first off, I'm going to start off with the title of my poster, and then I'm going to explain the general purpose of what's going on. So first off, title is Quantifying the Carbon Footprint of AI, Challenges and Opportunities in Sustainable Machine Learning. So this poster is pretty much a follow-up from my last poster, where my last poster basically talked about how to increase the performance of machine learning models, while most importantly, decreasing the carbon emission rates from them. And if you don't know what a machine learning model is, it's basically an AI. It is a machine that is learning. So this brings me to my first part, the introduction, where I'm going to explain the importance of this research in general, and then I'll lead on to the methodology, which explains really what this poster is about. So my introduction is generally, it has two charts. The top one is where researchers are projecting where energy usage should be by 2030. And the bottom graph is projecting where it is projected to be by 2030. And as you can see, there's a very large margin of difference. So that is obviously a problem because where there's energy usage, there is carbon emission released. And as we know, as the years go by, carbon emission is increased a lot. And that is not good for the planet. So that is kind of the importance of why what we're doing is to decrease this carbon emission. So that brings me on to my methodology. So as you're going to see LLM carbon overview. So as I had said earlier, the previous poster was about increasing performance of the machine learning models, while most importantly, decreasing carbon emissions. More importantly, definitely decreasing carbon emissions. So this poster is more specifically focused around how to more accurately measure the carbon emission rates from from these machine learning models. So that way we can determine better ways to um, decrease this carbon emission. So this is really just focused on more accurately doing it. So as you'll see, you see LLM carbon. This chart was pulled from an article that I have been reading, as well as some other tables and charts in here. And so basically, LLM carbon is the name that researchers gave their explanation. LLM carbon, from what I understand, is an explanation, and it talks about what needs to be done in order to most accurately measure carbon emission and get the best answers. So leading on to my explanation, table one is a generalized table. It's a more generalized explanation of what this chart is over here. It's the same thing, just a lot easier to understand from what I get. So as you'll see, LLM carbon was created by these researchers from this article. And it says to measure predictive modeling, MOE support architectural parameters, specialized hardware, operational carbon, and embodied carbon. What it's saying is by measuring all of these important parts that involve carbon emission, they can get the most accurate estimation of how much carbon emission is being released by said machine learning model. It is comparing it to other schemes that don't claim to check, from what I understand, that don't claim to check all of these factors. So checking the most ultimately leads to the best, most accurate estimations. To the left of that, you'll see the blue chart that was created by my mentor. From what I understand, from what I've been told, this chart is generally explaining what all goes into measuring the carbon emission, among other things, and ultimately solving the solutions for reducing carbon emission. And what we're focusing on specifically is the software optimization on LLMs. So that is generally what we're doing right now, and it just shows that that's just a little part in the whole process. Going down to my current focuses, I basically have a website, or not a website, but I have screenshots from a website that let me rephrase that. These are screenshots from stuff that I've done in the past, focused around the same research. What you see, these are screenshots pulled from a website that I used, or not a website, but a program that allows me to punch in some numbers. You can see on the right, I can punch in some numbers, and from what I understand, I can get an estimation of the kind of carbon emission that is being released by the computer that I'm using. That bottom strip down there is commands that I use to use the website offline or the program offline, which generally just makes everything less of a hassle and a lot easier. But overall, that is the general topic of what the poster is focused around. I hope it made sense. After that, just leads to my references and then my acknowledgments. But with that being said, that is pretty much it. Thank you.